In the world of geopolitics and foreign relations, there is an interesting new development. Reports from the past few weeks say that, in a last-ditch effort, the US called Mexico and asked them not to join the BRICS Plus union. This request seems to be driven by the US's fear of leaving the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, which is known as T-MEC. Let's find out more about this event and what it means. In the middle of all the high-stakes drama surrounding Mexico's possible membership in BRICS Plus, it's harder not to wonder, what will influence Mexico's decision? How will the US react if Mexico joins the BRICS Plus group? Will this change bring about a new time of economic and political shifts? As the story gets more complicated and tensions rise, the whole world waits with eagerness to see how this exciting international tug-of-war turns out. As Mexico's future and the future of the balance of power in the world become interconnected, you can expect a wild ride full of twists and turns you didn't see coming. To understand why the US is worried, you need to know about the BRICS Plus partnership. BRICS is an abbreviation for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It is a group of major emerging economies that wants to support economic cooperation and regional integration. BRICS Plus is a way for this union to grow and invite more countries to join, which will increase the alliance's power and reach. If Mexico joined, it would make BRICS Plus even bigger and provide a place for better economic cooperation and strategic relationships. The US's response shows how serious it thinks the threat is to its interests and power in the area. The United States, Mexico, and Canada agreement is a key part of the US's economic goals in North America. It replaced the North American Free Trade Agreement known as NAFTA and aims to boost trade and business between the three countries. The US is worried that if Mexico joins BRICS Plus, it could make the US less powerful economically in the area. The worry about a possible T-MEC exit shows how important Mexico is as a trade partner and what it could mean for the US economy. Fascinating, isn't it? Aside from economic worries, the US's request to Mexico shows the strategic effects of BRICS Plus growth. The BRICS Plus alliance challenges the standard Western-led order with its growing power and different ways of running the world. As a major world power, the United States wants to keep its supremacy over countries in its sphere of influence. If Mexico joined BRICS Plus, it would be seen as a change in the way countries are aligned politically. This could make the US less powerful and change how things work in the area. Mexico is at a crossroads. It needs to find a way to balance its close ties with the US and the possible benefits of joining BRICS Plus. Joining BRICS Plus could give Mexico more economic opportunities, access to new markets, and a wider range of ways to get money to spend. But it needs to think carefully about what might happen, such as tense ties with the US, problems with trade partnerships, and geopolitical effects. Mexico's choice would depend on how it sees the world in the long run and how well it can balance these different interests. The fact that the US is worried about Mexico joining BRICS Plus shows how the balance of power in the world is changing and how the current international order is being challenged. As emerging countries become more important and look for new ways to work together, the BRICS Plus alliance could change the way power is distributed around the world. As a global superpower, the US has to figure out how to react to this changing world while protecting its own interests. The result of this request to Mexico could have a big impact on how world power will shift in the future. BRICS Plus has the ability to help member countries work together and integrate more in their regions. As more countries join the union, it makes it easier for them to work together on economic, political, and cultural issues. This can lead to the creation of shared organizations, joint projects to build infrastructure, and better coordination of trade and investment policies. It can also improve diplomatic ties and help make the area more stable and peaceful. BRICS Plus countries are home to a big chunk of the world's people and have a lot of technical know-how. As the union grows, it could become a center for new ideas and technology. By sharing their knowledge, expertise, and study resources, BRICS Plus members can speed up technological progress in key areas like IT, AI, biotechnology, and renewable energy. This technological skill can make member countries more competitive and raise their global standing in new businesses. Amazing, right? The growth of BRICS Plus can make it easier for countries to work together in the health sector, especially during pandemics and other public health emergencies. Member countries can work together to study, develop, and make vaccines and medicines. They can also work together to improve healthcare systems and share the best ways to stop epidemics. This group effort can help make pandemic planning and reaction more effective, which will help not only member countries but also the whole world. The request to Mexico not to join BRICS Plus shows a number of possible situations and what they would mean. If Mexico listens to the US and doesn't join BRICS Plus, it may want to keep a good relationship with its neighbor to the north, but it could miss out on the economic benefits and greater global influence that come with being a part of BRICS Plus. On the other hand, if Mexico decides to join BRICS Plus, it could get access to new markets and broaden its economic partnerships, but it could also hurt its relationship with the US and cause problems with trade deals that are already in place. In this situation, both Mexico and the United States have to deal with a complicated set of political, economic, and military issues. Dialogue, negotiation, and communication will be the best ways to handle possible conflicts of interest and find answers that are good for everyone. How this situation turns out and what it means in the long run will depend on how well regional interests, global goals, and domestic concerns can be balanced. Having Mexico join BRICS Plus could also affect how the US and Mexico work together on security and sharing information. Close security links between the two countries have helped a lot in the fight against drug trafficking, organized crime, and problems with border security. If Mexico turned towards BRICS Plus and possibly put security cooperation at the top of the alliance's list of priorities, the US might be worried about what that could mean for their shared security interests and how well their mutual security efforts work. Baffling, isn't it? The move by Mexico to join BRICS Plus could affect the stability of the area, especially in Central and South America. In the past, the US has played a big role in promoting stability and democracy in the area. Any change in how Mexico is seen could make things more uncertain and could lead to power struggles and more tensions between regional actors. The United States might be worried about how this could affect regional stability and its ability to keep its influence and deal with problems in the area well. The growth of BRICS Plus could cause global governance structures to break up. As more countries join the Union, they may fight for their own regional interests, which could make it harder to reach a global agreement and work together. This could make it harder for international institutions to do their jobs and make it harder for people to work together to solve global problems. It is important to note that the United States' fear in this situation are made up and based on rumors and suppositions. The real effects of Mexico joining BRICS Plus and a possible T-MEC exit would rest on a number of things, such as Mexico's decisions and policies. In the end, the phone call from the US begging Mexico not to join BRICS Plus has set off a web of mystery and raised important questions about the future of global alliances and how power will be distributed. Will Mexico put its long-term relationship with the US first or join BRICS Plus, which could change its economic and political landscape? What are the risks and benefits of each option? How will this choice affect the region and the rest of the world? As the world waits with anxious anticipation for Mexico's decision, the story that is unfolding is sure to keep our attention and show us how negotiation and strategic planning work. When these other factors are taken into account, it becomes clear that the future of BRICS Plus has a lot of potential for advancing regional unity, driving technological innovation, deepening financial cooperation, projecting soft power, dealing with global challenges, and strengthening cooperation in health and pandemic response. As the alliance grows and its members work together in more and more areas, their impact on the balance of power around the world is likely to grow. This will bring new opportunities and challenges in an increasingly multipolar world. Stay tuned to see how this exciting story unfolds, showing the secrets of international relations and the path that Mexico will take in the end.